Welcome to the Bird Podcast. I'm Shobha Narayan. Visit the Bangalore home of Shubha Bhatt and you will find any number of birds enjoying bird baths in her garden and its surroundings. An avid birder, Shubha has spoken about backyard birding in many forums including the Bangalore Bird Day, Manipal Bird Day and others. Her work has been videotaped and photographed in many publications including Bird Count India. Today, we talk about how to make your gardens and balconies a haven for birds. Welcome, Shubha, and thank you.
Thank you, Shobha.
First of all, is it easy to attract birds to your balcony or gardens, and how do you do it?
Yes, absolutely. Anybody can do it, even with small balconies. So, um, in cities with apartments, it will be difficult to have gardens. But even with small balconies, a lot of birds can be attracted. If you follow some simple steps in your balcony, just identify a corner where you don't have frequent movement of people, and then take a shallow bowl, little bit of water, not much, so that the birds won't feel scared. Maybe about 2 inch above the bottom of the ball, and then place it. Either you can place it on a stool. Yeah, it should be easily visible to the birds. Okay, yeah. So then you can place couple of plants around it, short plants, maybe flowering plants or fruiting plants. And The important and easy intervention to attract birds, especially small birds, is to spray water on the leaves of plants. Many birds love them. They prefer wet leaves than bowls. So you can sprinkle on the water on the leaves and wait for birds. If you have a luxury of the garden, then you can do a lot more interesting things. Choose a spot in the garden which is not very densely wooded. It should be reasonably open area with small bushes or plants. Flowering plants like Ixora hibiscus would be ideal. Then you can place shallow water balls as well as big pots, 2 to 3 feet height and 2 to 3 feet width. So the big pot you can fill with mud and water, and you can plant any water plants as you wish to, like lilies or lotus. So these what bigger ones attract bigger birds like black kites, cowcals, crows. So and then you can hang a couple of hanging pots, or you can hang coconut shells also. Even they attract many shy birds if you hang them closely to any plants or creepers. But with a
Uh,
big pot, you need to ensure that mosquitoes won't breed. For that, you need to add guppies. You can also have a small fountain with submersible pump, which will not waste water. And many birds prefer sprinkling water.
what are some early mistakes that people make when they create bird baths or bird refuges in their garden?
Okay. First one is keeping a bigger bowl with full of water, and the second one is keeping it in a very dark or densely plant or wooded places, or keeping it in an open area where they don't have place to come and perch. Yeah.
Yeah, I placed a bowl on top of that balcony shelf, almost on top of and the crows come, but the smaller birds don't like it
uh,
because I think it's not
yeah.
covered.
Maybe you can place some one or two plants close
Hmm.
by. Yeah, that will help for them to come and perch.
So essentially, the water has to be between plants. In a,
Yes, in between, not really covered.
how many birds come to your garden? Can you list a few species?
I have listed around 60 species of birds in
Wow.
these 10 years. So, resident birds come, many resident birds like cowcals, quails, barbets, and then mynas, magpie robins, oriental white eyes, and sunbirds. So they do come for water as well as for insects, food. And I've hung some cotton, silk cottons. They take that for their nesting as their nesting material. So, but migratory birds, a lot of them they do come, like quite a few flycatchers and 9 to 10 species of warblers, thrushes, and Indian blue robin, pitta. So many of them they do come.
What are some uncommon species that you have recorded in your garden, Shubha?
Oh yeah, that the main sighting was Kashmir flycatcher, and
That's
that too.
amazing.
Yeah, it's a first record for Karnataka state, and the sighting was around 12 o'clock while I was cooking. So that was yeah memorable moment. I have spotted Tickell's thrush in my garden and quite a few rare warblers like yellow-browed warbler and large-billed warbler, then Titler's warbler. So many of them, and then ultramarine flycatcher, blue-throated flycatcher, rusty-tailed flycatchers. So yeah.
You know all these IDs, the Kashmir flycatcher, you knew it or you took a photograph and then ID'd it later?
When I saw a new flycatcher, I didn't know that it is Kashmir flycatcher. I've taken video so that it will be a real proof. Otherwise, images people might not believe me. So I took video, then checked with many books, and I asked a few ornithologists like Dr. Subbu. So they have confirmed. Yeah.
Um, what are some species of birds that you love, Shubha, and why do you love them?
Actually, I love all the birds because each one has unique, behavior. So I love all of them. In the uniqueness, like crow, comes with dry bread peas. It soaks in the water and eats. Yeah. So I love the uniqueness of each bird.
Uh, the crow does that in my balcony too.
Okay.
It does that. What about the smaller birds? What do they come and do in your garden?
Small. If I tell you about bird baths, they come on the wet leaves. I have planted calacasia leaf, a big wide leaf, and sprinkle water on them. They just come, glide, enjoy, and spend a couple of minutes. That's surprising for me because typically they come and just 1 or 2 minutes they come span. But when they get the sprinkling water or wet leaves, they will be around, hanging around, playing for about 4 to 5 minutes or more than that sometimes. Yeah,
Wow.
really enjoy water.
Uh, so, which leads me to the next question about bird behavior.
Okay.
You have attracted them to you, and what are your observations about bird behavior?
Um, okay. Mainly like bird behavior, we can talk about a lot of things, but I would like to tell about the way they bathe or drink. Each bird has its own way. For example, oriental white eyes come in groups, and when they approach the bath, they fall like dry leaves from trees. It's beautiful to watch them, and then they come and they play in the water, like just like the kids. And when they come out of the bird balls, they look like cotton balls. When these yellow-billed babblers come, they they empty the whole water ball and come out like jute rolls. And yeah, sunbirds, when they get wet leaves, they do go bathe. Otherwise, they hang around all other birds which come to bird baths and get that water, sprinkling water from the other birds. So they follow the shortcut. And drongos, orioles, and bee eaters. They typically they go all together near the water bodies. They get together and then they fly beautifully on the surface of the water, just close to the surface, and they hit their wings to the surface to get drenched. And they do this quite a few times, like 6 to 7 times. So it's an amazing sight to see, you know. Even orioles do that. Then paradise flycatcher and monarch flycatcher, they come, they perch near the water body, water pot or bird bath, perch and then dive into the water like 5 to 6 times easily.
Wow.
Yeah. So all these are really different way of bathing.
What about
Warblers.
the kingfisher? Kingfisher.
Kingfisher, yeah. Actually, in our garden, kingfisher used to come regularly when I used to keep bigger fishes in the big pots. But I found it, kind of expensive. I couldn't feed it. So then it stopped coming because guppies are too small for it to feed on. Yeah.
You were starting to say about warblers, but I interrupted you.
Okay, yeah, even warblers, they prefer wet leaves. What do? They do is they just go to the leaf, they hit the leaf to get that water droplets on them.
That's amazing. Just hearing it sounds so joyous. I can imagine how it is for you to watch
Yeah,
it.
true.
Yeah. Um, you have expanded from your garden to the campus that you live in. And how do you persuade people to add bird baths on campus? Uh,
When I started sharing my experience with bird baths and showed pictures, some of my friends, both on campus and outside the campus, got very excited. And they were, they placed similar bird baths in their gardens. I advised them on how to go about it. I created similar bird baths in other places on campus. Here, I want to specifically mention how I could influence the maintenance staff in our campus swimming pool, to regularly refill. I used to take water from our house to refill, but once I met him and I showed him all the videos that I have taken about the birds, then he really, got interested and started filling it every day. Almost every day he comes and fills now. And I have placed couple of more balls in different places in the campus. And in one place, I met one maid servant, and she was showing interest. She saw me pouring water into the bowl, so she asked me, and I showed her a couple of pictures and videos. And then she took it as kind of social service. So she said she will fill, and she's doing it now. I'm really happy to see that.
on your walks, when I've come with you, you have showed me ashy wood swallows. You have shown me a few other birds. Um, are there seasonal patterns that you see in terms of? Can you talk a little bit about the birds, seasonal birds that come to?
Like migratory birds, they do come during September, and they'll be here around April, April to May, early weeks of May. But the resident birds, you can see him throughout the year. Yeah, so now this is the season for them. They're breeding everywhere.
Are there birds breeding in your garden also?
Yeah, yes. We have hung couple of nest boxes, and there are quite a few birds like Cinerestate, magpie robin, and mynas breeding, and it's really a joyous thing to watch them.
Hmm. I'm coming to my last question, which is essentially to do you have a message to convey about the pleasure of backyard birding?
Yes, it will be nice, to share the necessities. See, water is really a thing you should share with all the creatures, because humans can go anywhere, ask for whatever they want, water or whatever. But for birds or animals, it's very difficult. In cities, it's really difficult to find a place for water. It'll be nice to share, it'll be good to share, but after once you start, keeping it, you'll be really enjoying it. You'll see how the birds come, enjoy the water. Yeah.
So essentially, you start by doing it for the birds and then you do it for yourself.
Yourself. True.
Shubha Bhatt, thank you very much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for inviting, Shobha.
Bird Podcast is produced by Ullas Anand and Echo Edu. I'm your host, Shobha Narayan. Thank you for listening. This next section features Shubha explaining about backyard birding in her native Kannada.
ಹಕ್ಕಿಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡದೆ ಆನಂದಿಸದೆ ಇರುವವರೇ ಇಲ್ಲವೇನೋ. ಅವುಗಳ ಬಣ್ಣ, ಹಾರಾಟ, ಹಾಡು, ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆ ಗಮನಿಸತೊಡಗಿದರಂತೂ ಅದರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷವೇ ಸಿಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಮನಸ್ಸು ಉಲ್ಲಸಿತವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಜೀವನದ ಪಾಠವೂ ದೊರೆಯುತ್ತದೆ. ಹಾಗಂತ ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ಗಮನಿಸಲು ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಹುಡುಕಿಕೊಂಡು ದೂರ ಹೋಗುವ ಅಗತ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ. ಮನೆಯ ಅಂಗಳದಲ್ಲೋ, ಮಹಡಿಯ ಬಾಲ್ಕನಿಯಲ್ಲೋ, ಮನೆಯ ತಾರಸಿಯಲ್ಲೋ ಅವುಗಳಿಗೆ ಕುಡಿಯಲು ನೀರಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಮನೆಯ ಪರಿಸರದಲ್ಲೇ ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡಬಹುದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಗಲುವ ವೆಚ್ಚ, ಶ್ರಮ ಎರಡೂ ಕಡಿಮೆಯೇ. ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಆಳವಿಲ್ಲದ ಅಗಲವಾದ ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಮಡಕೆಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ತಟ್ಟೆಗಳು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೂಕ್ತ. ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಮಡಕೆಗಳು ಸಿಗದಿದ್ದರೆ ಚಿಂತೆ ಬೇಡ. ತೆಂಕಿನ ಕರಟಗಳಿದ್ದರೆ ಸಾಕು. ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ಸ್ವಚ್ಛವಾಗಿಸಿ ದೂರದಿಂದ ಕಾಣುವಂತೆ ಮಾಡಿನಿಂದ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಮರಗಳ ಟೊಂಗೆಗಳಿಗೆ ತೂಗು ಹಾಕಿದರೆ ಹಕ್ಕಿಗಳು ಬರಲಾರಂಭಿಸುತ್ತವೆ. ಗಿಡಗಳ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಕರಟಗಳನ್ನು ಅರ್ಧ ಹುಗಿದಿಟ್ಟರೂ ಆಯಿತು. ಹುಗಿದಿಡುವುದು ಬೀಳಬಾರದೆಂಬ ಉದ್ದೇಶದಿಂದ. ಚಳಿಗಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಬ್ಬನಿ ಬೀಳುತ್ತದೆ. ಇಬ್ಬನಿಯನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಯದವರ್ಯಾರು? ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನೂ ಮೋಹಗೊಳಿಸುವ, ಮುದಗೊಳಿಸುವ, ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ಸುಂದರಗೊಳಿಸುವ ಪ್ರಕೃತಿಯ ಒಂದು ವಿಸ್ಮಯ, ಅದ್ಭುತ ಅಮೃತ ಬಿಂದು ಈ ಇಬ್ಬನಿ. ಜೇಡನ ಬಲೆಯನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರ ಬಿಳಿಯ ರಂಗೋಲಿಯಂತೆ ಸಿಂಗರಿಸುವ, ಬಳ್ಳಿಗಳನ್ನು ಮುತ್ತಿನ ಹಾರಗಳಂತೆ ಪೋಣಿಸುವ ಇಬ್ಬನಿಗೆ ಬಹುತೇಕ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಕ್ಕಿಗಳು ಕಾಯುತ್ತಿರುತ್ತವೆ. ಉಷೆಗೇ ಎದುರು ನೋಡುವವರಂತೆ ಸೂರ್ಯನ ಮೊದಲ ಕಿರಣ ಬೀಳುವ ಗಿಡಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾದು ಕೂತು ಬೆಳಕು ಚೆಲ್ಲುತ್ತಿದ್ದಂತೆ ಮಣಿಗಳಾಗುವ ಇಬ್ಬನಿಯ ಹನಿಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ರೆಕ್ಕೆ ಪುಕ್ಕ ಅರಳಿಸುತ್ತಾ, ಜಾರುತ್ತಾ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಎದ್ದು ಮೈ ಕೊಡವಿ ಹಾರುತ್ತಾ ಬೇರೆಲೆಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತು ಜಾರುವ ಪರಿ ಬಹಳ ಸುಂದರ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾತಿ ಮತ ಭೇದವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಕ್ಕಿಗಳು ಈ ಆಟಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿಯಾಗುತ್ತವೆ. ಆದರೆ ಇದು ಬರಿಯ ಚಳಿಗಾಲಕ್ಕಷ್ಟೇ ಮೀಸಲು. ಬೇಸಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಬ್ಬನಿಗೆ ಆಸ್ಪದವೇ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲವಲ್ಲ. ನದಿ ಕೆರೆಗಳಿದ್ದರೂ ಹಲವು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಹಕ್ಕಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಡಿಯಲು ನೀರು ಸಿಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಕಾರಣ ಅವುಗಳ ಆಳ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಕಾಡಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರೂ, ನದಿಯ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರೂ, ಊರ ಕೆರೆಯ ಬದಿಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರೂ ಇಂತಹ ಹಕ್ಕಿಗಳು ನೀರಿಗಾಗಿ ಪರದಾಡುತ್ತವೆ. ಇದೇ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯ ಪಕ್ಕ ನಾವು ನೀರಿನ ತಾಣಗಳನ್ನು ಕಲ್ಪಿಸಿದರೆ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜೀವಿಗಳಿಗೂ ಬಹಳ ಉಪಯೋಗವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ನೆಲದ ಮೇಲಿಟ್ಟ ಮಡಕೆಗೆ ಕಾಗೆ ಬಂದಿತೆಂದರೆ ಉಳಿದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಕ್ಕಿಗಳಿಗೂ ಧೈರ್ಯ ಸಿಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಅದೊಂದು ಸುರಕ್ಷಿತ ತಾಣವೆಂದು ಮನವರಿಕೆಯಾಗಿ ಮೈನಾ, ಕೆಂಬೂತ, ಚುಕ್ಕೆ, ಪಾರಿವಾಳ ಆದಿಯಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಕ್ಕಿಗಳು ಬರಲಾರಂಭಿಸುತ್ತವೆ. ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಹೂಗಿಡಗಳ ಎಲೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ನೀರನ್ನು ನಿಯಮಿತವಾಗಿ ಸಿಂಪಡಿಸತೊಡಗಿದರೆಂದರೆ ಇಬ್ಬನಿಯೊಂದಿಗಿನ ಹಕ್ಕಿಗಳ ನರ್ತನ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ನೋಡಬಹುದು. ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಹಕ್ಕಿಗಳು ಸುರಕ್ಷತೆಗಾಗಿ ಎಲೆಗಳ ಮೇಲಿನ ನೀರನ್ನೇ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡುತ್ತವೆ. ಬಾಲ್ಕನಿಯ ಬಳಿಯಲ್ಲೋ, ತಾರಸಿಯಲ್ಲೋ ಮರಗಳ ರೆಂಬೆಗಳು ಚಾಚಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದರಂತೂ ನೀರು ಚಿಮುಕಿಸಿದರೆ ಪುಟಾಣಿ ಹಕ್ಕಿಗಳಾದ ದರ್ಜಿ ಹಕ್ಕಿ, ಖಗರತ್ನ, ಚಿಟಗುಬ್ಬಿ, ಕಾನುಗುಬ್ಬಿಗಳಲ್ಲದೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹಕ್ಕಿಗಳಾದ ಹೊನ್ನಕ್ಕಿ, ಕಬ್ಬಕ್ಕಿ, ಕುಟೂರ, ಹದ್ದು ಹೀಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಬರುತ್ತವೆ. ಒಂದೊಂದು ಹಕ್ಕಿಯ ಸ್ನಾನವು ಒಂದೊಂದು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವೈಶಿಷ್ಟ್ಯತೆಯಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿರುತ್ತದೆ. ಚಿಕ್ಕಂದಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಳೆ ನಿಂತ ಮೇಲೆ ಗೆಲ್ಲುಗಳನ್ನೆಳೆದು ಅದರ ನೀರಿನಿಂದ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಒದ್ದೆಗೊಳಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೆವೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಉಲಿ ಹಕ್ಕಿಗಳು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಎಲೆಗಳ ಬಳಿ ಹಾರಿ ಅವುಗಳಿಗೆ ಪುಟ್ಟ ರೆಕ್ಕೆಗಳಿಂದ ಬಡಿದು ನೀರನ್ನು ಚಿಮುಕಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತವೆ. ಖಗರತ್ನಗಳಾದರೋ ರೆಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಚ್ಚಿ ಎಲೆಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಜಾರು ಬಂಡಿಯಂತೆ ಜಾರುತ್ತಿರುತ್ತವೆ. ಚಿಟಗುಬ್ಬಿಗಳು ನೀರಿಗೆ ಬರುವಾಗ ಬಹಳ ಗುಂಪಾಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತವೆ. ಮರಗಳ ಎಲೆಗಳೇ ಉದುರುತ್ತಿವೆಯೇನೋ ಎಂಬಂತೆ ಮೇಲಿನಿಂದ ಬಿದ್ದು ಬರುತ್ತವೆ ನೀರಿಗೆ. ನೀರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮಕ್ಕಳಂತೆ ಆಡುತ್ತವೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವು ಸುಂದರ ನೊಣಹಿಡುಕಗಳು ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಕ್ಲರ್ಗಳ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಕೂತರೆ ಏಳಲು ನೆನಪೇ ಆಗದಷ್ಟು ಮೀಯುತ್ತವೆ. ಕಾಜಾಣ, ಸಾರಂಗ ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳಂತೂ ಬಹಳ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ಸ್ನಾನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತವೆ. ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಗುಂಪಾಗಿ ನೀರ ಬಳಿ ಸೇರುತ್ತವೆ. ನೀರಿನ ಹತ್ತಿರದ ರೆಂಬೆ ಕೊಂಬೆಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತು ಕೂಗುತ್ತಾ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಉಳಿದವರನ್ನು ಕರೆಯುತ್ತಾ, ಬಹಲವನ್ನು ಹಿಂದು ಮುಂದು ಆಡಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಸ್ನಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಣೆಯಾಗುತ್ತವೆ. ಅರ್ಧ ಚಂದ್ರಾಕಾರವಾಗಿ ಹಾರುತ್ತಾ ನೀರ ಬಳಿ ಸಾಗಿ ನೀರಿನ ಮೇಲ್ಮೈಗೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಬಿಚ್ಚಿದ ರೆಕ್ಕೆಗಳಿಂದ ಬಡಿದು ನೀರನ್ನು ಹಾರಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಒದ್ದೆಯಾಗುತ್ತಾ ತಾವು ಕೂತ ರೆಂಬೆಗೆ ಮರಳುತ್ತವೆ. ಹೀಗೆ ಹಲವು ಬಾರಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಹಳ ಹೊತ್ತು ನೀರ ಬಳಿ ಇದ್ದು ತಮ್ಮ ತಮ್ಮ ಆಹಾರದ ತಾವಿಗೆ ಮರಳುತ್ತವೆ. ಹೊನ್ನ ಹಕ್ಕಿಗಳು ಬಂದರಂತೂ ನೀರ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೊನ್ನೇ ಹಾರಿದಂತೆ ಭಾಸವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಸೂರ್ಯನ ರಶ್ಮಿ ಬಿದ್ದಾಗ ಬಹಳ ಹೊಳೆಯುತ್ತಿರುತ್ತವೆ. ಉದ್ದ ಬಾಲದ ಬಾಲದಂಡೆ ಹಕ್ಕಿ ಅಥವಾ ರಾಜನರ್ತಕ ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳು ಬಂದರಂತೂ ಸುಂದರ ದೇವತೆಗಳೇ ನೀರಿನಿಂದ ಎದ್ದು ಬಂದಷ್ಟು ಚೆಲುವು. ಹೀಗೆ ವರ್ಣಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಹೋದಷ್ಟು ಮುಗಿಯದ ಕಥನ ಇದು. ನೀರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು, ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳು, ದುಂಬಿ, ಚಿಟ್ಟೆ, ಜೇನ್ನೊಣಗಳು ಹೀಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜೀವಜಾಲವೂ ಬರುತ್ತದೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕಣ್ಣಿನಿಂದ ಕಾಣಲು ಮನೆ ಅಂಗಳದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರನ್ನಿಟ್ಟು ಜೀವನಾವಶ್ಯಕ ನೀರನ್ನು ಇತರೆ ಜೀವ ವೈವಿಧ್ಯತೆಗಳ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಾ ಆನಂದಿಸೋಣ.